This is in response to the President's clarion call for Gambians to grow what they eat and eat what they grow. The exercise saw members of the National Assembly turn out in large numbers with hundreds of local support from the entire North Bank region, headed by Governor Edward Sekan. The enthusiastic workers sang and chant as they embark on work on the heat farm. Mamadou Chaticham, a native of Nyomi Jurunkung, said the land has been left followed for a decade and a half, and thus the need for them to give it to the President as the village's contribution to making the Gambia a food self-sufficient.
Giving such a mighty land to somebody is because of the clean heart, the heart for the President. So I would advise them, still let them keep on with that good relation with the President and the entire Gambia.
With the good turnout of the women folk, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, who also doubles as the chairperson of the National Women Federation, hailed the women for their good efforts in the Gambia's march to food self-sufficient status.
As I always say, we are doing it for ourselves and our families, and not for him actually, because I'm sure he has enough to eat. But, I mean, we all know that the harvest here is either given to families, needy people, for nutritious diet, as I have said, or it is sold and put into PEJEP, or the Jame Foundation, or other hospitals, and indeed to uplift and enhance the living standards of Gambians.
The majority leader of the National Assembly, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, expressed appreciation to the people of Jurungung for allocating such a big land to the President, adding that the monies derived from the farm is what he plowed back to the entire citizenry through his scholarships to the needy ones.
The people of Jurungung are a very unified community now, and they are willing to spend time, energy, and even money to make sure that this farm succeeds.
For the Speaker of the National Assembly, the legislature will also participate in making the Gambia a food self-sufficient nation. This, he says, could be done if everybody gets back to the land and contribute to national development.
People have been going, large numbers of people to Kanilai, to the President's farm. Thousands of people. They have been fed, they have been transported from all parts of the country, but not realizing on the whole that Nyomi is a place which has everything. It has the people who are prepared to work. It has the people who are willing to give answers to the questions of the President. It has a land. The land has been laying fallow for decades.
Ibrahim Ajame, Deputy Operations and Logistic Manager at the Kanilai Family Farms Limited, said the signs are already there for the Nyomi Jurunku farm to have a bumper rice harvest.
This will boost the morals of the Kanilai family farms in a way that the National Assembly is the national bantaba of the entire country. So if the entire citizenry are seeing the National Assembly members taking the lead to go and work at the President farm, I think that will really motivate the entire citizens of the country to adhere to the call made by the President.
After the completion of work on the farm, it was time for the residents of Jurunku to entertain their visitors through traditional Kamfuran dances. For GRTS News, I am Lebu Soto.
The status of 4 bird species faced with the threat of extinction is being assessed by the Gambia Bird Watchers Association, BirdLife International and the West Africa Bird Study Group. The birders, as Ibrahim Jatta tells us, are also seeking to deepen public interest in the Gambia's rich avifauna species.
Bird watchers trying to have a better view of a Malachite kingfisher on a customary flight searching for an early meal within the watercourse. 2 species of the interesting bird inhabit this part of Pirang in the Combo East. The pied and Malachite are both of the same family, but a typical distinction can be found in each of the 10 species of the bird common in the country.
Kingfisher, they are indicators of environmental quality, like water. If the water is polluted, we have not seen any kingfisher here. Why? Because they feed on wetlands and areas that have no pollution.
Okay.
So wherever you see kingfisher, you know that automatically that area or that habitat, particularly the water.
But looking for kingfishers is not the real motive of this expedition. In a bid to ensure the protection and safety of the avifauna population, local birders embarked on this outing to explore and assess the condition of 4 endangered species living in the country. The crown crane, African spoonbill, black godwit, and lesser flamingo are 4 classes of birds which appear to be fast diminishing in the world as the impact of hunting, habitat destruction, and erratic temperatures continue to inflict a shrinking effect on once abundant varieties. Flagship species is how they are being branded by birders as they move to appraise their position. This wetland in Pirang attracts hordes of varying birds, owing mainly to the tranquil and awesome bio-network which brings together a watercourse, foliage, and natural backdrop, making the ideal habitat, providing just what birds look for.
When you say BirdLife International, they are the umbrella body of all NGOs dealing with birds-related issues on environment. And the headquarters of BirdLife in UK, at Cambridge. They have a new initiative called Strengthening the Network of Migratory Birds, upgrading their habitats along the west coast of Africa.
Biodiversity marks this area in the Combo East settlement of Pirang. Extensive shrimp fishing and agriculture is done here, but the area's economic network is still quite intact. Bird watchers soon detect 2 of the targeted species in the area. Both feeding on the...
Well, apologies for that damage of the tape and that report. You could follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website, that is at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio live. A new company that is in the business of selling equipment used to contain fires has opened its doors to the public. Fire Protect Gambia sells, manages and maintains firefighting equipment. Ibrahim Balde has more on that.
Outbreaks in the Greater Banjul area resulting in the destruction of lives and property, a new company has come with a solution. Established and registered some 3 months ago, Fire Protect Gambia Limited was initiated specifically to deal with issues relating to fire protection, management and maintenance of fire gadgets. General Manager Modu Gay explained in detail the factors that motivated his institution to come on board the development bandwagon.
The risks involved in fire outbreaks in our society has become maintenance in our development process. Therefore, this company intends to make it business to reduce the risk involved in the very affordable prices. The company intends not only to sell its product at an affordable price, but also to educate and sensitize the populace in the form of training so that customers can maximize the benefit involved in the service.
Until recently, the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services has been the sole institution responsible for containing fire outbreaks when they strike.
In the life history of Gambia Fire and Rescue Services, we have never got an institution which is complementing our efforts. This is the first time that we had such a thing, and based on what he says, Gambia is developing. It's developing in the sense that people travel day in, day out. The world, this is third world technology. You can be here and you make orderings. You build your own houses and you choose the type of materials you wish for your house. The implication of those materials, if involved in fire, may not be your problem, but it is a problem for us firefighters.
Ibrahim Jallo, the consultant of the project, said the establishment of Fire Protect Gambia is meant to complement the efforts of the fire service. He said the frequent outbreaks in the past pointed out the need for more work to be done to minimize the damage caused as a result of fire outbreaks.
We know that the country is developing at a fast rate, and then in any development you have a lot of negative vices coming along, and fire is one of them. Now people would like to use electrical appliances, televisions, electric kettles, electric iron, and things like that. Now all these things, they are things that can cause fire. So obviously, if people are not properly educated about this fire thing, now you will develop a little bit and then you go back a little bit again, because when you have fire disasters, some people cannot even recover. They can go poor completely.
Now that another Fire Protect institution has come to contribute this quarter towards the development of the Gambia, the fire service personnel who was at the launching of the new company has some words of advice for the general public.
Most Gambians, if you say fuel, they refer to petrol, diesel also, forgetting that with fire, anything that burns in fire service, we call it fuel. So I want to buttress that one.